Hey everybody, welcome back to another brand new video. I hope everyone's having a very pleasant evening. Today, we're going to rip open a box of 2015 Donruss, which has, I believe it's 3 hits per box. So 10 years ago, Tony Gwynn on the front of the box. I was doing a little bit of cleaning out over the past couple days. I found a bunch of stuff to sell on Friday night in the flash sales, and I came across one of these boxes. So let's go ahead and rip this open. It's going to Thomas Miller, so let's see what we can find for you here, Thomas. Hopefully we can find maybe some of the good 2015 rookies. Probably the cream of the crop is going to be probably Kyle Schwarber is the one that we want to find the most. He's a free agent right now. Still hoping he signs with the Pirates, although that's extremely unlikely. All right, let's see if we can find a little 2015 action here on a Sunday. The next new release coming out is going to be Allen & Ginter. That'll be coming out on Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. Some people already have their cases that have shown up early, so if I get them early, I'll bring you a video whenever they arrive. But it looks like definitely Wednesday we'll have the 2025 Allen & Ginter. And there's some big changes this year in Allen & Ginter that we'll talk about whenever that comes out. All right, let's see what we can find. For Thomas, first card is going to be a Daniel Norris. And then there's a Javi Baez rookie card. And I'll tell you what, these Donruss cards, I can't tell them apart year to year. Like if you just show me let's say like a Mike Trout, since he's on the same team every year, all the designs look so similar to me. With Topps, you can look at any specific design and be like, yep, that's 2023, or yep, that's definitely 2018, or whatever. It's kind of weird. I don't know who they got on their design team, but they're always so bland. I'm trying to think of the best design ever for Donruss is definitely 1984. No doubt about it. We'll have to do another one of those boxes soon. They're very expensive, but they're fun to rip. 84, looking for Don Mattingly. Giving away a Don Mattingly jersey tonight in our breaks, by the way. We'll get that started around 7 on this Sunday night. All right, here we go with this stack. Let's see what we can find. Again, there's usually about 3 hits per hobby box, and it's always on average, is what they say. They never say guaranteed. Anthony Rizzo would be a nice one. That's going to be one of the elite cards. I think they also made an elite standalone set in 2015. There's Brandon Belt. We got Hunter Pence. A lot of these guys retired now, as this was, after all, 10 years ago. I think we're going to have our first hit coming up. It is going to be a Dalton Pompey. It's not a hit. It's actually from the rookies insert. There's Adam Wainwright. He'll be up for the Hall of Fame soon. Felix Hernandez, he'll be battling for a spot too. Personally, I think both the guys are probably a little bit short, but I wouldn't be surprised if long-term one or both don't get in after many, many years of trying. Here's our space. We got D. Gordon. George Brett would have been a great autograph. Long ball leaders card right there. Ian Desmond, 462. That's a pretty good shot. Got Alex Cobb right there. There's Charlie Blackmon. He just retired not too long ago. And we got a Bat Kings George Springer. This will be his second year card. And it's going to be a George Springer game used bat relic. It's kind of looking like he might be on the downside of his career, but he had a really nice season last year. George Springer for the Blue Jays. They're still a young George Springer in his Astros uniform. So that's one hit down. There's probably going to be 2 more. And if you're wondering what this thing was that came out that didn't have anything on it, that's called a spacer. Companies used to put those into their packs back in the day so that people couldn't just feel for the thickest pack and just buy it, knowing that the thickest pack would have the relic. There's a press proof, George Brett, number to 100, and an old 81 Donruss style Bob Gibson. All right, next we've got stack number 2. Tony Gwynn tribute is the theme of this. I haven't seen a Tony Gwynn card yet. It'd be nice to find one. Tony Gwynn, definitely one of the best hitters of all time. Just look at his stats. I wonder how Tony Gwynn would fare in today's game. He never struck out. I wonder if he'd still be able to hit over 300. There we go. Speaking of Gwynn, we got one of those inserts now. So we'll take a look at that. Another press proof card right there. Here is stack number 2. So far, I haven't seen any notable rookies yet. There's Miguel Cabrera, another spacer right there. I guess we did get the Javi Baez Elite rookie card. Matt Harvey, number to 999 with Henderson Alvarez. Patrick Corbin, a young Patrick Corbin right there. Jose Bautista on the press proof. Used to really like Joey Bats a lot. Nolan Ryan with another press proof. 81 Donruss style. Adrian Beltre coming up next. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas. This was back when Donruss, used to be able to actually put active players in their product. You'll notice, if you haven't seen Donruss Open before, if you're newer to the hobby, they used to be able to use all the active players, just they weren't allowed to use the team names or any logos. So all the pictures were airbrushed out. Panini's always been a distant second to Topps. There's Manny Machado with a hot off the press insignia right there. Don't know what that means or how rare it is, but we'll put it in the sleeve stack. For the past few years, I think 2022 is the last year they were able to use active players. But since then, they've been having to rely on solely old-timers and minor leaguers to fill up their checklists. There's that Tony Gwynn, 8-time batting champ, Tony Gwynn. What a great player he was. I always liked Tony Gwynn ever since I almost got one of his foul balls, just a couple rows behind me. One of the first games I ever went to back in the late 80s. There's Paul Goldschmidt. And we've got an autograph. Matt Carpenter is going to be the next one. The Goldschmidt's numbered to 99. Matt Carpenter, signature series card. He had a good career. A couple years ago, he was like Babe Ruth reincarnated for the Yankees before he got hurt. He was just putting on a crazy display of power. But I believe he's retired now. I think he's hung it up. All right, Matt Carpenter, there should be one more hit. Have not seen a Kyle Schwarber yet. There's Michael Taylor. Jose Altuve on the green. Yeah, back then it used to be Topps and Panini they kind of pushed each other pretty well. Still some competition. Now it's not even close. I don't see. I think 2025 Donruss did come out, but I don't feel like they printed a whole lot of it. It's because they probably know that it's not going to sell all that much. There's Jock Peterson. We've got David Robertson right there. Kirby Puckett coming up next on the Elite card. There's the Milkman, Melky Cabrera. Gregory Polanco, former failed Pirates super prospect. I remember being super high on him. A Dominator insert right there, number 2, 999. Jose Altuve. There's Garrett Cole back in the good old days with the Buccos. 2015, another Pirate right there. Starling Marte. That was last year the Pirates really did anything. Last year they had a winning season. Got the wild card game, then swiftly dispatched. There's Dalton Pompey, and we've got another relic. It's Hanley Ramirez, Bat Kings card. In the Boston Red Sox uniform. Ryan Sandberg. So that might be it for the hits. A little disappointing that it's 2 relics and 1 auto. I was hoping it would be the inverse of that. Max Scherzer. Topps Update's been kind of taking a little bit of a page out of the playbook of Panini and putting more than 1 hit in a lot of the boxes. That was like the one thing that Panini used to do back in the day that made people, go and grab a box of this rather than 2015 Topps Series 1 or Series 2 or whatever. It's the 3 hits. That was always nice. I remember there was always extra value there. You felt like even though without the logos, that at least you're getting 3 hits. I like how the update hobbies, many of them have 2 hits. A lot of them will give you an autograph and a relic. There's still some boxes that just have a relic, but many boxes give you an auto now. But anyway, here's our last stack of this video of the night, and then we'll head upstairs and get ready for our Whatnot stream. By the way, I'm still working on the Friday haul. The Friday show, was Black Friday. We sold 1,500 items. I'm still working on getting those shipped. Whenever you are done with the show, you click a button on Whatnot, and it prints out every single shipping label and also an invoice for every single order. And I always like to send everybody their invoice as well. When I clicked that button at the end of Friday, it printed 776 pages of invoices and shipping labels. Pretty crazy, huh? Hopefully I can get them all in the mail by tomorrow. I'm still working on them. We'll get them done. We've got Cal Ripken Jr. There's Jake Arrieta, number to 400, and the Ripken right there as well. Hoping there's something else in here. It says on average 3 hits, so that means sometimes there might be more, sometimes there might be less. Jose Abreu right there. Diamond Kings. Got Big Poppy. Jock Peterson, once again, his rookie year. Not a single Kyle Schwarber yet. There's Ryan Howard, 81 Donruss. 81 Donruss does have a pretty good design. And here's another one. It's going to be Pujols. The Albert Pujols, 81. Number to 299. Another spacer to discourage pack searchers. Dylan Tate. We'll be wrapping this pack up here with, looks like at least an insert or two. There's Mike Trout. We've got Nolan Ryan. Here we go. The inserts. Long ball leaders to, I think it's 99. George Springer. Jorge Soler rookie card. And Nolan Ryan, numbered to 299, is the last card from the 2015 Donruss box. So not a crazy box, but always fun to try it out and see what we can find. Busy week. The next 2 weeks, we got Allen and Ginter coming out on Wednesday. We've got a consignment on Tuesday this week. I think Steve Z has all of his stuff in, so we'll be doing that unless for some crazy reason I get my Allen and Ginter a day early. Then we'll just go right into the Allen and Ginter breaks. Probably add a couple extra nights of Allen and Ginter since it'll be a popular one. Definitely live again tonight and Wednesday for sure, and Tuesday as well, with either a single show or a kind of a preview of Allen and Ginter. But since we're live so often on Whatnot, make sure you download the app if you haven't already and get $15 for free. Like I said, we're always live on Wednesdays and Sundays, and now we've added Tuesdays and Wednesdays to the mix as well. Fridays are flash sale Fridays, where I'll be doing flash sales and some other interesting little games like Find the Auto, where you get a prize if your pack has, basically you just buy a personal pack, and if your pack has an auto, you get a bonus prize. It's a fun activity. But anyway, download the Whatnot app if you haven't already. There's tons of stuff there. It's not just baseball cards. I got 5 big boxes in the mail today of candy. Like literally people selling bulk candy. And I paid like $8 a box for probably like $60 worth of candy. I just plan on taking them into school and passing them out as prizes whenever we do review activities in school. But anyway, download the app, get $15 right there with that link. And those of you that are selling cards, if you want to sell your cards and get a $150 bonus, that'll buy you a whole hobby box of Update, just about, in most stores. But $150 bonus. Go live using this code, and during your first week, they will match whatever you sell. So up to $150, you have to go live for at least 2 hours and sell to at least 5 people. They'll match whatever you sell. I would suggest, just for newbies, start stuff off at $1. You don't go sell your mantles and start them off at $1, because when you're first starting out, there might only be a couple people in your room. So you might want to just start stuff out at $1, maybe like, some Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz rookie cards, maybe some base rookies like that, and run them at $1 and do some giveaways and slowly start to build a base there. It's super easy to sell and Whatnot, way more easier than eBay. You don't have to type up a description, take pictures and all that stuff, and you don't have to wait 7 days for your auction to end. You can set an auction for 2 seconds and have it sell. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I hope to see you in our breaks tonight. Good night, everybody.